Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez with Trident Concepts, and today I'd like to talk to you about the proper application of lubricant for your firearms. So there's a couple of different trains of thoughts. The first one is to go ahead and lube the gun after a good cleaning, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm more inclined to teach somebody how to properly apply the lubricant versus how to properly clean a gun. Yes, cleaning a gun is important, but if your trips to the range are at the same frequency as your trips to the dentist, cleaning the gun is probably not that important. However, lubing the gun is. So when it comes to lubing the gun, again, you can disassemble the gun to do it, or what I call field lubing, which is without disassembling the gun, applying the lube in the proper places. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and work through. When it comes time to choose which lubricant you want to go with, try to avoid products that have multiple uses. Stick to something that was designed for the actual purpose that you're looking for. Here, I want something that's going to lube the gun. So I want a firearms-driven lubricant. With that being said, I've been using the Slip2000 EWL for well over a decade, and it's done very, very well. So if you're looking for a product, that's probably a place to go. The first thing we do when it comes time to lubing the gun is ensure that the gun is unloaded. So follow all the correct safety as far as unloading the gun. Once you have safely unloaded the gun, then I tell people to go ahead and start with the action open. So once my action is open, there are basically 4 points that I'm going to apply lube. The first point is going to be at the top of the barrel as it protrudes from the slide. Get a couple drops right there. The second part is going to be on each of the slide rails. The third part is going to be directly underneath the actual slide itself. And the last part, which is the tricky part, is on the barrel hood. So typically I'll kind of open up the slide just a little bit to get it where I want it so that as the slide moves forward, it kind of slides the oil where I want it to be. So let's go ahead and look at what that application process would be. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and take my gun. I'm going to apply 1 or 2 drops is all you need. Whoops. Then 1 or 2 drops there. 1 or 2 drops there. And the last one, as I mentioned, is a little tricky. I want to just kind of hold the slide open a little bit, put a drop or 2 right there at the top of the barrel hood. Go ahead and cycle it about 3 to 5 times just to kind of help get that oil spread out every place. What I have found is when my gun starts to get a little dirty, if I go ahead and oil it up really good, I'm going to probably get about another 500 to 700 rounds out of that. And if I just keep doing that, I continue to move forward in that round count. So my cleaning intervals are not as critical anymore. The other things that I have found is that if you carry concealed and you don't clean your guns that often, again, it's super important to go ahead and at least unload the firearm and reapply some oil, because that oil, especially when it's tight against your body and the body heat that you generate, helps to keep that oil nice and liquidy. That oil will eventually kind of run out of the places that you want it. So make sure that you go ahead and reapply that oil periodically, whatever that maintenance cycle is that you feel comfortable with. So I'm Jeff Gonzalez. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. Until then, stay safe.